But you said the Black Eyed Peas were going to be here.
To the US, we rockin' this contagious, monkey business outrageous. Just confess your girl admits that we the FRESH, we fresh, GEF, that's right, we we definite, BEP, we reppin' it. So turn me up, turn me up, turn me up. Come on, baby, just pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it, and say. Turn up the radio, blast your stereo right now. This joint is fizzling, it's sizzling right. You check this out right here. Let the speakers blow your mind. Blow my mind, baby. Let it go, here we go. Come on, yeah.
Yo, welcome back guys. Today we're going to take a look at the 3 main builds I used in this run. I'll explain a lot of interesting mechanics, small tricks, and setup details that make this run work. But before that, a quick sponsor segment. Need to top up your favorite games fast and safely? With TopUp, you can easily recharge balances for many different games in just a few clicks. And yes, Once Human is available too. Just choose Once Human, enter your UID, select your region, and then pick the server where your character is located. And here's the best part. Use code WHITE for up to 12% off. Then pick your amount and finish the order. Check the link in the description and top up with TopUp today. Alright, so first of all, we have 3 core setups. The first one is focused on max stamina. The second one is for stacking as many buffs as possible. And finally, the max damage setup for killing bosses. Let's start with the stamina build. In this setup, we use 1 piece of Stormweaver to reduce stamina consumption while using Arrow Leap. We also use 4 pieces of Falcon for the same reason, and also for stamina recovery after kills. And for the key gear piece. To increase maximum stamina even further, I'm using these skins on my gear. You can also use Stardust Mushroom Soup to increase your stamina cap and stamina recovery speed even more. And if that's still not enough, in the tech menu, under the Build tab, you can upgrade the Bed perk to get the Ample Rest buff. This buff reduces stamina consumption by another 20%. As you can see, all of this together gives me a completely insane amount of Arrow Leap uses. And on top of that, killing mobs with the same Deviant will restore your stamina. Now, a quick note about teleportation. If you don't have a melee weapon in your inventory, holding V gives you this animation. But you can also speed it up. While the knife is flying, swap to any other preset that has a melee weapon. And here is a quick test, so you can see the difference. Now let's move on to the max buffs build. Here, as you can see, I'm using 3 pieces of Agent to increase weak spot damage, and 3 pieces of Heavy Duty to increase elemental damage. Let's break this down a little bit. 3 pieces of Agent give you 15% weak spot damage after killing an enemy through a weak spot. As you can see, right now I only have 10% weak spot damage. Throw an ice cube. Use Butterfly's ultimate and break it. Now my weak spot damage is 25%, which means I received the 15% bonus from the Agent set. The maximum bonus you can get is 45% weak spot. As for heavy duty, this one is even easier. After a normal enemy kill, you gain 40% elemental damage, and then this bonus slowly decreases over time. Right now, my elemental damage is 8%, but after I destroy the ice cube, it goes up to 48%, which means I receive the full bonus from the set. We use all of these mechanics together with melee weapons, Kukri and Rusted Blade. Now, let's talk about mods. In the Rusted Blade preset, we always use Rejuvenating on the chest, and we do not replace it with another chest mod in other presets. Otherwise, you will lose the stacked shield from Rejuvenating. On the pants, use Melee Momentum for stamina recovery. On the gloves, use Melee Amplifier to increase melee damage, and on the boots, use Covered Advance for a long-lasting damage buff. In the Kukri preset, everything is mostly the same, but here on the boots, instead of Covered Advance, we use Ferocious Charge. This gives us an additional 20% status damage for 8 seconds. And now finally, let's move on to the max damage build. For Gulped Lore, we use Rapid Shot style calibration with crit damage. For Bingo, we also use Rapid Shot style with either crit rate or weak spot damage. For the key gear piece, we use Sleek Leather Jacket. The way this jacket works is simple. The farther you are from the target, the more damage your bomb will deal. For the armor set, we use 2 pieces of Treacherous and 3 pieces of Dark Resonance. For the Deviant, we use Butterfly's Emissary. Her ultimate converts all your damage into weak spot damage, and Butterfly Swarm activates your bomb. For Deviant traits, I recommend using Power Rewind 2, Weak Spot Master, and Moonlight Assault. Now, let's move on to mods. On Gulped Lore, we use Supercharged to increase our bomb damage. On Bingo, we use Vulnerability Amplifier for additional target vulnerability. For the helmet, we use Precise Strike with elemental status attributes. On the mask, we run Pinpoint Strike to increase bomb damage. For the chest, I'm using Rejuvenating for more shields. On the pants, we use Deadshot to boost crit damage. For the gloves, we use Elemental Overload for more elemental damage. And for the boots, Rush Hour, also with elemental status. These are the main skins I'm using on my gear. And don't forget, 4 pieces of the rabbit skin activate the Soaring Leap effect, which gives you an extra 20% weak spot damage. For drinks, we use Stardust Energy Drink and Whimsical Drink. For food, we use Roulette Dumplings and Surprise Spring Roll. One important thing here, every time you use Roulette Dumplings or Surprise Spring Roll, the bonuses are random. For Roulette Dumplings, we keep eating until we get damage against Deviants. And for Surprise Spring Roll, we keep rolling until we get at least 35% elemental damage. The maximum you can get is 41%. These are the cradles I'm using. Now, for anyone who wants to repeat this run, I'll show every preset I used during the run. Also, don't forget that in LEA Lab there is an interface bug. You can't see your Gulped Lore stacks, but they are actually still active. Your main goal is to keep 5 stacks and carry them all the way to the end. And that's it, guys. If you like the build and the breakdown, drop a like, subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments. See you next time.